Okay, it's the 29th again. Yeah, this will be my second time. That 3 minute video took about 15 minutes to upload. So I don't know, I might run this thing 10, 15 minutes, which means it'll take about an hour to upload. But, we'll see. I just want to do a little bit of reminiscing. When I was in school, we moved to Birchwood Avenue when I was about 5, just before I started school. And Mary Thurston was straight down the street, straight down Birchwood Avenue. There was a little, uh, not a gas station, but a little corner store that Bernie worked at. And I kind of grew up with Bernie. She was like my second mom. I used to go and load the milk on my way going back to school at lunchtime. And Bernie would always reward me with candy or those straws that had sugar in them. So I got my energy. I started doing that probably going into kindergarten because I went to school. Well, the three of us went to school. Tom, Debbie, and I used to walk to school all the time. And then Tom got into seventh grade. He went to Thomas A. Edison. I ended up repeating third grade. Yeah, Miss Cronk decided that I wasn't good enough to see fourth. So I had a Miss Howell. And boy, I tell you what, Miss Howell was strict. Good teacher, but very strict. And then I can't recall who I had in the fifth grade, but the sixth grade, I had Mr. David Llewellyn. Mr. Lulu is what we called him. And he lived up on Carr's Corners, just around the corner from where the church was. And I visited him and his wife a few times during my high school years. And David and I became friends. So, anyways, Hillcrest Baptist Church was unique when I was growing up. It was a very popular church. We had over 1,000 people. Church was always filled, always, even on Wednesday night. And then on Friday nights, we had youth night, and it was always filled then too. And then Wilbur Parrish showed up, and his beliefs kind of split the church. Church went downhill from there. But before the split is when I did my thing, and my previous videos covered all that, where I became Antichrist. But the church split. Mom and Dad stayed with the church because they believed in what that church stood for. And Esther Ladd stayed, and Mrs. Miller, she stayed. Kathy Miller went to high school with us. So, anyways, I got a lot of great memories. Vacation Bible School at Hillcrest was fantastic. But before Hillcrest, was Birchwood Baptist Church. It was on the other side of 14th Street. 14th Street used to run all the way from Lake Street through town and up the hill. And when I was in the military, they decided to put in whatever that street is that totally destroyed Elmira Heights. And they tore down Mary Thurston and put up the new fire station, which is all on one level. You know, it's a drive-through. The old fire station turned into a museum, and I went there a couple times with Mom. They used to have dinners there, the Historical Society, and Mom was pretty active in that. So, and that brought a lot of fond memories there too. I remember going home one time and Mom had to go over there, and I spent the day with Mom over there. Mom was working, but I just wandered around and shooting pool. Pool table was up on the second floor. Used to be all the way up on the roof floor, up in the attic. But when they redid the fire station, they put the pool table down on the second floor. TV room, they had cable TV. I used to go over there quite often and sit and watch cable TV because the only stations we got at home was 12 and 18. And I quit going to the neighbors. You know, I guess they got tired of me being around them so much. So I just started hanging around the fire station. And I used to do odd jobs over there. You know, clean up after their Monday night meetings. I'd go over there on Tuesday night and clean up because firemen didn't clean up after themselves. So, but I did. I swept and mopped and that kind of crap upstairs. And I remember one time there was a town drunk, and Tom Pileski and I think it was Dave Ayers and I got water balloons. Went up in the attic and dropped water balloons on them. Hit him square in the head, got him wet. He came in after us. We went down to the second, waited until he went up to the third. Then we went down to the basement or down to the floor where the fire trucks were. Told Sam that he went past us on the second floor, headed towards the attic, and we haven't heard from him. We went upstairs in the attic, and he's laying on the couch, passed out. So we pulverized him with water balloons. Oh, he was one mad son of a gun. I tell you, it was funny. But I was a teenager and I could get away with doing stuff like that. But I also remember Eldridge Park. They used to show movies on Friday and Saturday nights, starting at 9 o'clock. First run movies. And they had a bandstand that had a movie screen on it, and they showed first run movies. You know, popcorn was I don't know, I can't remember, 20 cents a bag, 25 cents a bag, something like that. Little or nothing for popcorn. Sodas were expensive though. They were like 50 cents for a soda. But we used to just drink water and have popcorn. So, but they also had a golf course, miniaturized putt putt. And 18 holes. Naturally, you lost your ball at the last one. So, but that was always fun to play too. That was like $1 a game. But rest of the rides were pretty cheap, especially the merry-go-round. Merry-go-round was always a dime, 10 cents a ride. And it would go for usually 10, 15, 20 minutes. I went back there when Mom passed. Eldridge Park was open. It wasn't the same park though. The merry-go-round was still there. They had just one horse that was from the original merry-go-round. But the bumping cars didn't exist. The Ghost Thriller didn't exist. Roller coaster didn't exist either. But I remember that roller coaster. You can see it on YouTube. Eldridge Park roller coaster. Boy, that thing, I remember the first time I rode on it, scared me to death. Seriously. Scared me to death. But after you ride it for a couple of years, I was standing up on the first one. So I don't know. Things I did then, I would not even attempt to do today. I don't think my bones could take it. I guess that's part of growing up. Learn to think about your actions. And there was a lot of things that I did as a teenager that I wouldn't even attempt to do now. So anyway, well, I'm looking at about 13 minutes on this. My reminiscing is getting kind of thin. Really can't think of much to talk about. But I just thought I'd throw this out. 3 minutes took about 15, 20 minutes to upload. Right now I'm looking at about 13 minutes. Probably run this thing up to 15 because I'm kind of curious how long that's going to take in order to upload. So, but anyways, this will be my last one for 2019. I'll probably do one on the 1st. Wishing everybody a new year. 2020. Hard to believe I made it this far. Extremely hard to believe. Especially with me swallowing all that JP fuel. A couple other situations that I got involved in with cars and trucks and semis that I walked away from. Today, I don't think I could walk away from it. Or do what I did back when I was 20 with that JP. Things get old and fragile. So, but life goes on. Even after you're dead, life still goes on, especially if your belief in Jesus Christ is real. So anyways, have a good night May God bless each and every one.